Hello everybody, thank you for tuning in to an episode of notanalog.com. Today I am looking at Kaspersky Pure. I've squashed the box a little bit by getting a little excited, but this product is something to get excited about. Kaspersky make three streams of sort of security products: antivirus, internet security, and Pure. This is Pure. This has everything built into it: antivirus, anti-malware, identity protection, personal firewall, parental controls, PC tune-ups, home network security, data backups and restores, and data encryption. I didn't even count how many that was, but it was lots. So what I'm going to do, there's not a whole lot to show in the box. It comes with a CD. One of the cool things is it actually comes with a token and a membership number, because by buying Kaspersky Pure, you're a higher priority member for customer service and support, which is really important when you get stuck and you need some help. They're going to be there to assist you quicker than anybody else. Otherwise, it's a CD, you throw it in the computer and it installs. Don't have to do any real setup with the machine, it just goes and does it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run through the product. I'm going to give you a demo on this laptop, which I've installed it on. It's the same laptop that I installed Norton Internet Security on recently, if you've seen that review. And I'm going to run through it right now, and I'm going to give you guys a demo. I'm going to keep this running. So I'm going to start this. Now. Okay, so just looking at this straight up, this is the main part of the program. Backup and restore, computer protection, parental controls, it's all there. You can see it straight in front of you. It's so simple to use. I'm going to go into the backup and restore section first. Straight away when you look at this, you can see you can create a backup task. Now what it will do, it will allow you to automate your backups. So for example, I've got some files in my documents which are extremely important to me. I'm going to just have those files back up on a regular basis. Now to do that, you'll also, just before I go on, you'll see the different categories of files. So you can say, you know what, don't back up my video files. Whatever they are, don't back them up, because it might take too much space or whatever the reason may be. But if you just hit next, I hit next. Okay, so when you go to the next section, this is where you have to have a USB drive or something like that plugged in so that you can choose your backup location. Because let's face it, you can't just back up to the computer, because that's the reason we're backing up anyway. So this part is actually quite simple. You connect your storage device, and then the process continues. And you can see that you can schedule the backups as well. Really, really simple stuff, and it's really important for people to do, because yes, protect yourself from antivirus and spam and things like that, but what about the actual computer itself? If that whole thing disappears, then what have you left with? So I'm just going to go back. You can also see that there's a section on restoring as well. Computer protection, which is, I guess, the whole reason you probably bought the product for, or are looking at buying the product for. Straight away you can see that the last update was completed 1 day ago. The last scan was completed 17 minutes ago. I didn't even know that, and that's really cool that it just does the background scanning for you. So we'll just jump in here, and you can see straight away, looks really, really cool. I love this little dial here, but what it's actually doing is it's continuously scanning the computer in the background, and you don't need to worry about when is it going to scan. Do I need to leave the computer on so it scans and things like that? When you use it, it's going to get to work for you as well. Now, just to add to that as well, is that even though it is scanning for you, it isn't chewing up a whole lot of resources. It actually used a little bit less resources than Norton Internet Security, and I said both of them are really, really low in terms of utilization, and they are. You don't notice the computer slowing down after installing this product. So straight into it. Security zones, you can have a look at your applications, see which ones are trusted and not trusted. That's more important for when you actually first install this program onto an already used computer. If it's a brand new computer, it's probably going to look pretty good. But it's a good way of checking out any programs that you may have had on there which aren't safe, or you probably didn't even know about them until you install the software, which is quite surprising sometimes. There is a scan section where you can schedule, you know what, I want to do a scan on this computer because I'm concerned. Bang, you hit the start full scan, it's going to go and do it. I did a full scan on this computer, it took less than 20 minutes. I don't have a lot of files on here, but it's quite quick still. Obviously there's a quick scan as well. I'm not a fan of quick scan. I just want, if I'm scanning, I want everything to be looked at. I don't want to hear about something, oh, you missed that bit. So, alright, and then the update center, not a lot to have to worry about here. You can manually update if you are really concerned. However, it just does it by itself. You don't have to worry about anything. Jump back out of there. The biggest feature for me is parental controls. I'm not a parent yet, far from that, but a lot of you people are parents, and this can be really useful. I've got a secured. Gosh, my language today is gone. You have to put a password to get into it. So I'm going to type in my password, and straight away I can see the users' accounts that I have on the computer. These are the two ones which actually get used. That one's a hidden account. So Charlie, who is my son, and myself. So I'm just going to have a look at Charlie's account because I've decided to enable parental controls on his account. I want to go to configure, and I want to show you that in the usage section you can limit when they can use the internet. So by ticking the enable control box, you can select when they're allowed or when they're blocked from using the internet. And I've let them use it from 3 o'clock till 7:30 because that's plenty of time to get some research and things like that done for school. After that, turn the computer off. I'd rather you just stopped working on the internet and maybe spend some time with the family. So the other section you can look at is access to websites. There's certain things that I don't want my son to be looking at. So pornography, weapons, gambling, not appropriate. Block it straight away. And I've done that. You can also, if you really want to, type in specific URLs. If there's a website that you really don't want them going into, whether you think it's safe or Kaspersky thinks it's safe, you can block whatever you want. You can block my website. Please don't, but you can. You can tell them what sort of programs they can and can't download. Now, obviously, I'm going to allow Charlie to download music and video because he has an iPod or he has an MP3 player, and I'm not going to stop that. However, I don't want him downloading applications. I don't want to turn the computer on and then I find that he's installed whatever. I can't even think of a program. I just want to stop that from happening. And I've also put that I don't want him to download archives like WinZip files and RAR files because the contents of those files, even though it will be scanned by Kaspersky, it's not worth the risk. I just don't want it happening. And safe search. I've enabled safe search, which basically means that Charlie will be blocked from Googling inappropriate terms. Use your imagination. We'll block that. I'm allowing him to do instant messaging, although I could block that. I'm allowing him to social network just because I think it's kind of a bit of a hip parent. I think it's normal. So I'm going to allow that to run. That's fine. I'm not going to control that. His private data, yeah, I could be locking this down, but I guess I just haven't. And obviously keywords, yes, you can control within users messaging. So during a chat session, you can block certain terms. So if somebody swears or uses profanity in a conversation, block it. Gone. A bit further than that, you can also do computer usage. So I've said that he can use the internet between 3 and 7:30, but you know what? I don't want him logging into his account at 7 o'clock in the evening, for example. I could block that. I'm not going to block that because if he can log into the computer outside of internet hours and use Word or PowerPoint and Excel, let him do that because it's probably going to be school related or something, not social or anything like that. It's not distracting. So I'm going to let him do that. Although there could be games. Maybe your son's crazy on gaming and you need to just pull him away from the computer. That could be the best way to do it. You just say, you know what, you're not going to be able to log into your computer unless it's between 5 and 10 p.m. After that, you have to exit World of Warcraft or Call of Duty, whatever you play. Running applications, you can block certain applications from running as well. Say, for example, you run a particular piece of software you don't want them to use. That's fine. And the display section, also I can change their avatar if I want to. So I've put it on my own account as well, just because I kind of like some of the things on it. You see, I've only changed the access to websites bit. For pornography and weapons and gambling, I want Kaspersky to block it for me, because if I'm stumbling on those websites accidentally, sure, stop me from seeing it, because I don't care for it. I don't need to see pornography come on the screen, especially if Charlie's walking around behind me and he'd be like, hey, you're allowed to see it, but I'm not allowed to see it, so I'm going to block it for myself as well because I don't need it. And obviously you can change these. You're the administrator, so you're allowed to add and remove things as you please. So I'm going to cancel out of that. It's really, really quite simple, and obviously you can report as well on what the user's been doing. so you can come down and see what sort of websites Charlie's been using, and it can be a bit of a way to keep an eye on your son or daughter without sort of watching over their shoulder, because let's face it, they don't like it. The additional tools section, tuning up your browser, doing some Windows troubleshooting, creating rescue disks, really important tools which you will use and normally cost additional money from other people. Deleting unused data is a good way of speeding up your computer if you find it getting slow and dragging you down. Erasing activities and history, it's really quite comprehensive. The virtual keyboard is being used a lot for people who are conscious about entering credit card details online and worried about keyboard tracking. You do this and it's just clicks. I can click on a letter, it doesn't mean it's going to mean anything to any hackers and things like that. So it's a peace of mind way of doing things. Data encryption, if you have particular files or folders, maybe with financial information that you're really conscious about people accessing it without authorization, you can set passwords on folders and things like that really easy. That's as far as it goes. The password manager as well, sorry, just for helping you enter login details and things like that. Again, really great way of doing things. That's been a great product. Having trialed both Norton Internet Security and Kaspersky, I can really see the differences between the two. I think on the parental controls level, this is really easy to set up and probably the simplest. However, in terms of monitoring and reporting, Norton really has that set down because you can do that remotely and things like that. But you saw I just went into the one screen, everything was click or back, and it was so simple to use. Anyone could be doing this. I don't think you'd really need much help from the support guys. I mean, they're there if you need them, but this product's so simple to use and it's great. This is a one-user version that I trialed. You can get up to 3 as well in the one package, which saves you a bit of money if you were looking at individual computers. It really is a good product to be installing on computers. If you own a computer without any virus, you have to do it. You just have to do it. Whether it's Kaspersky or Norton or another brand, that's fine, but you really need to be doing this sort of thing, and this is the Rolls-Royce of internet security and computer security. I mean, it does protect everything, not just antivirus, not just firewall. It really does protect everything, and it's more about a caring product. I think the term antivirus products needs to disappear. It really is a computer care package. Word of the day, computer care package. I'm leaving you on that one. Have any questions, email me. Keep checking out my website. If you have any questions, just hit me up. Computer care package. I like it.